And in this video, we will be exploring level 11. So let's get started. The password for the next level is stored in the file data.txt, where all lowercase a to z and all uppercase a to z letters have been rotated by 13 degrees, or 13 positions, I'm sorry. Now, if you notice in the prior levels we've been working through that we've kind of gone through the commands here, right? We did grep, okay, then we did sort and unique, okay, then we did strings, we did base 64. Now it's time to learn about the translate command. Now, why don't we man translate? Now, the translate command translates or deletes letters, right? Duh. Translate can translate, squeeze, and or delete characters from standard input, writing to standard output. String 1 and string 2 specify arrays of characters, array 1 and array 2, that control the action. Now, I'm not going to lie. I had to Google how to use translate. It was a little complicated to learn. I just couldn't figure it out on the main page, and that's okay. Google is your friend. So I'm going to teach you how to use translate here. So first and foremost, we're going to do something very useful. We're going to type out the alphabet. I'll read it over. Okay. Why don't we echo it? Okay, so the translate command. How you use the translate command is you will take an input, right? Maybe you can pipe the input into translate, and you will do a bracket, and then you will identify what characters you want to attack, right? So maybe it's all of your capital letters A to Z, okay? And then you're going to take your change, right? You're going to type in what you want that to change to. So if you wanted to take all of your capital letters A to Z and change them to lowercase, just do that. Okay, think of it almost like the copy command, right? You'll copy, and then you'll take your first argument, right? Like what you're identifying, and then you're going to put it somewhere else or change it somewhere else, right? Change its location. In a way, it's the same thing. There's no like weird command here. You just take your input and then you change it to your output. Okay. So what if you wanted to do what if you wanted to translate all uppercase and lowercase letters? No, actually, that doesn't really matter. What if you wanted to rotate those letters, right? What you could do is, let's say you wanted to rotate all uppercase letters over by 2. So what you would do is you'd start at A, right? And you'd go 1, 2. So you're going to do C. So what you'll do is you will start with C. You go C to Z, okay? And then A to B. Now I know that is probably like, what the heck? That's a little confusing. So let me explain why it's that way. You start at C. You're going all the way to Z, right? And then you're going to go back around to A and then right behind it. There's no overlap, right? You are taking your letters A to Z and saying, hey, if we're going to start here, I actually want to start here and go all the way around, right? You have to complete the circuit, right? So you're going to go all the way around until you hit your end, right? Because technically, if this were to go on forever, right, it would be Z or XYZ and then ABCD all the way to XYZ and then ABCD. So when you do this, you're basically going C to Z and then AB, right? Does that make sense? So yeah, and that's how you would translate them over by 2. And if you wanted to do this with all uppercase and lowercase letters, you could do A to Z as well, but lowercase. So you are saying, hey, all letters A to Z that are uppercase and A to Z that are lowercase, transfer them over, okay? And on this respective side, you would do C to Z, A to B. And that's how you would do that. So how do we take what we just learned and apply that? Well, why don't we read? I'm going to keep this here so that I have I have my alphabet, but it says rotate by 13 positions. So why don't we ls? We see we have data.txt. Why don't we cat data.txt? As you can see, okay. So obviously this is a bunch of nonsense, right? So what we'll do is we will cat data.text. We will pipe it to translate. We're going to translate that output. We're going to take all of the capital letters, all of the lowercase letters, because that's what they asked for. We're going to translate it over 13 positions, right? So do it with me. Start from 1, you do 2, 3. You'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? So you'll do N to Z, and then A to M. N to Z, A to M. Boom. So we were taking the output, this, running it through the translate command, and we're saying, hey, for every capital and lowercase letter, A to Z, I want you to rotate them over by 13, starting at N to Z, going to A to M. Got it? If we press enter, you'll see our password right here. Now, if you still feel a little confused, I would suggest doing a little more research. You can find plenty of other videos on YouTube about how to truly use the translate command. This is just focusing on using it to solve this level. And that is, I think, a pretty decent introduction to the translate command. So, yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.